Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your 2023 reading. This is the year ahead laid out according to the quarters of the year using the horoscope wheel like a calendar. I'll clarify the months with the African Tarot and I'll finish off with an oracle card. So this is a general reading, which means it won't resonate for everyone. However, if it does resonate for you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Your support is totally appreciated. I'm going to get started with your overall energy for the year 2023, the Justice card. This is a pertinent card for you, Capricorn, with your ruler Saturn, the taskmaster. Saturn, like Venus, is a harmonizer. It is a karma bringer. It balances karma. And this is you looking at all areas in your life where you have not received your karma. You have not received your positive karma, because I'm willing to bet that you feel you've received a lot of the negative consequences of errors or mistakes that you've made. You feel that you have experienced a lot of the difficult karma of your life circumstances, and at this time you're looking at the ways in which you are deserving of and worthy to receive the positive karma of your energies. This is also you looking very practically at places where you've been treated, have been treated, or are being treated unfairly or unequally. And this is a major issue that impacts our entire environment. So you may be a part of a fight for justice, and you may be vigilant and critical, a pivot in that fight for equal rights. In January, the Four of Wands is indicating your cultural foundation. This is you building a community, a family structure that allows for all members of the family to grow and expand. And your willingness, your desire, your recognition of this tremendous abundance in your life, so that it must be celebrated. In January, there may be an event apart from your birthday that is being celebrated as just that, a foundation, an emotional, cultural, spiritual foundation that provides growth for you and your loved ones. In April, the Four of Swords, another four. So we're definitely looking at foundations, practicalities. The Four of Swords is indicating that you have been putting practice in place. You have been gleaning and recognizing the truths and understanding that you've gained from your own experiences, those disappointments, those failures where you made mistakes, you acted irrationally or inappropriately to the opportunities that were available to you. But you have separated yourself not only from those people or relationships that were limiting, but from your own thought patterns that have kept you restricted. You've liberated yourself and you are building your success accordingly. And this is an opportunity in April to take a step back, to recognize the growth that you've made, and to actually recognize not only have you created a social foundation for your loved ones, for your own growth, but you've also created a spiritual foundation. And this retreat from the noise, the chaos, the activity of your external life is allowing you to recognize that, the progress you've made, and this foundation as part of a prayer for your life moving forward. In July, we have the Hanged Man. And there is another confirmation that these activities are helping you to understand that in order to achieve the reality that you desire, you must think the thoughts that will build that reality. And in order to do that, you are pulling back and developing again your powers of witness, your internal witness that observes your triggers, your behaviors, those things you do that are not necessarily authentic but reactions to triggers rather than reasoned responses to opportunities. You are recognizing and consciously altering your perspective to suit the outcomes that you now desire. And in October, the Seven of Swords is really an important growth curve for you, Capricorn. This is you really recognizing the unkind words, the fact that people are not always happy when you are making progress or are happy. And in fact, this is the negative fallout that surprisingly comes about as a result of something that you believe you've done well. People will step up and nitpick it, criticize it, discredit you, dismiss it, laugh at it, or just not take you seriously. And you've now understood that you no longer need to internalize this feedback in the way that you maybe have done most of your life, taken it seriously, really taken it to heart, been cut to the core by the cruelty of some of the things said, the dismissal of your discipline efforts, and instead you are not being stopped by this. You are recognizing these comments reflect others, they do not reflect you. However, you're picking your battles because you're taking in whatever information is of value during this time in October. And you're understanding that this is information, these are people, these are forces not to be ignored. Even if they do not matter to you, they no longer matter to you in a way that is stopping you or inhibiting your growth, your victory. I'm going to clarify January's Four of Wands with February's Ace of Cups and March's Three of Cups. In February, Capricorn, you have an opportunity to experience the flow of love and resources, attention and support that you have stabilized and established in January, that you celebrated in January. You are feeling the flow of this love. You are tending to your needs. You're taking care of yourself. You are recognizing the abundance of love in your environment. And in March, you are celebrating that again. So there's a lot of strong celebration energy in the beginning of the year for you, where you again are so impressed, so satisfied, so content with those people, those forces that have been there for you throughout your struggles to maintain and to build a strong social foundation for yourself, that you recognize its preciousness and you are celebrating it in some way. The Four of Swords in April is clarified by the Eight of Swords in May and the Knight of Cups in June. The Eight of Swords comes up often because the flow of positive, relaxing, joyous energy is unfortunately really unfamiliar and uncomfortable for many of us. Not having to fight, not feeling that you have to fight, not wanting to fight, nothing to fight against is a new sense of feeling. The idea that you can simply take steps towards the things that you desire, you can simply honor the abundance in your life, is overwhelmingly fresh to you. There is a part of you that wants to doubt all of this growth in May. that wants to second guess yourself, that can't believe it's true, that this was intended for you. Those thoughts are cycling through your mind in May. However, it is simple to release this because it's almost the oppositional energy to what you've been experiencing up until this time. Simply relaxing and enjoying the flow brings you back into the present moment. That is your antidote to this overanalysis, this second guessing, this desire to try and strategize and figure out every possible eventuality or possibility of the opportunities that are in front of you. You are learning and accepting that you are prepared, you are more than prepared, and that you have the intellectual heft, the might, the ability, the creativity, and most importantly, the hard work that will allow you to maximize these resources appropriately. In June, the Knight of Cups is indeed showing you on this new discovery, this new exploration of your heart and the things that actually make you feel good, the things that don't require you to hurt yourself to gain them, to sacrifice anything in order to move towards what feels good in your life. And this is still, again, a drastic change from what you expect your life experiences to be based on what you have experienced. The Hanged Man in July is clarified by the Three of Swords in August and the Ace of Pentacles in September. The Three of Swords here in August is reminding you that you have recognized an entire pattern of heartbreak that has been consistent throughout your life, where you once felt that these were perhaps individual singular betrayals. As you've stepped up to the responsibility of relationships and the part that you played in these failures, you recognize that you have learned lessons about what you have chosen in the past, and you were not choosing yourself. Quite often you were choosing an opportunity to take care of someone else, to fix someone, to give them something you believed they couldn't have themselves. And you were quite often proven wrong. You have learned that lesson so that you may now have difficulty imagining yourself in a productive, enjoyable relationship of any sort, of your own definition. But you have really understood that this pattern of heartbreaks have simply been a preparation for the opportunity that's coming to you in September. In September of next year, you will be realizing a vast elevation of your resources, of your abundance, an opportunity, an offer to build wealth in a way that is substantial and that gratifies your need for foundation, for groundedness, for practicality. And this represents a complete alteration of what you expect of yourself. And coming from this beautiful, emotional, creative beginning in the first half of the year, you are being released. You are finding that loving yourself, recognizing the wealth of your environment and relationships, is actually attracting an opportunity for real wealth. In October is clarified by the Three of Wands in November and the Strength card in December. The Three of Wands is you starting on a new venture, you moving to a new adventure, recognizing that this opportunity to grow your abundance is an adventure. And this in and of itself is a completely different way of looking at the opportunities in your life. You are releasing the sense of being boxed into a certain way of being, and that way of being has more often been around conforming to the structures that you have found in your life, that you were led to believe required your compliance. You are rejecting that, and you are feeling out in your discovery of ways of feeling good, ways of being imaginative and creative. You are exploring possibilities, connections, models of what you would like to have, ways you would like to grow, and you are seeing this as your ability to create this new opportunity. You are feeling empowered and recognizing how simple it can be to want something and to pursue it without any reliance on others. Rather, your willingness to work with others to gain that object. In December, again, you are sitting safely in your sense of protection, of vulnerability, and all that you've learned from being vulnerable, being honest with yourself about your weaknesses, supporting others who you see, recognize, need that kind of support that you many times haven't felt that you received, but your resilience has blossomed in such a way that you know your tender strength is what is required, not for others, but for yourself. This is you accepting who you are, recognizing that all of the hardships have been a preparation for where you are now. I'm going to finish off this reading, Capricorn, with an oracle card, a crystal oracle, and I was going to ask you to think of a wish, but I was too slow. This unusual crystal is called an awakening crystal, and the key words are soul awakening. I'm awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Thank you, Capricorn, for our beautiful reading. I hope this has been helpful. Until next time, Namaste.